Long time we haven't met, and today we're going to talk about the last experience which happened in my summer in the summer camp. So sit back and enjoy the ride. Now, at first, what I wanted to share is that it was an extremely energizing and an extremely beautiful experience, and we also had one person from Lithuania, so in other words it was also a global a multi-country experience, and in fact there were different beings involved, so it was a multi-dimensional experience. But I remember two channelings which were going on, and I will just recall back the two channelings, two channeling sessions which we had here. Although many other people there in the summer camp, they do channeling also, and maybe they have other experience also. And there were also other people that gave these guided meditation. So. Also they can share their own experience. But about the channeling, the most funniest situation, many times when we do channeling, the beings give back questions. Not like always, but there are times that they give back questions because it's hard to understand what the person is asking through his own vocabulary that he has. So it was a really funny situation. A man asked, what was my previous incarnation? And the being asked, do you really want to know this? And he said, yes. And the being said, are you sure? And he said, yes. And the being said, well, it doesn't sound too sure enough. And the next thing what happened was, he said, okay, now we will look into this information. And then they ask, are you interested in this lifetime? Are you interested in this, how do you say, are you interested in your previous experience prior to this lifetime, or are you interested in your previous incarnation here on earth, looking back through your linear years? And he said, the second one. And the being said, well, this will be a little bit difficult to explain. This will be a little difficult for us. And they give, now we will ask you a couple of questions. He said, okay. And the first question is, do you prefer to live in a city or outside of the city? And the man said, outside of the city, like in countryside. He said, okay, do you prefer to live in a house or in a flat? He said, house. He said, okay, now we are just coming to your answer a little bit more. Wait a little bit, be patient. And he said, what is your relationship with the dogs? And the person was like, well, I don't have any dogs right now. And the being said, yes, but we asked, what are your relationship with the dogs? He said, well, really nice, like friendly and so on. It's like, okay. And the final question, what kind of food do you prefer? Well, what is your food choices? What are your food choices? And the man said, vegetarian. And the being said, well, we are asking you, or are you asking us? And everybody started to laugh at that point, but he said, vegetarian. And well, the beings at that point, like the Enrico at that point, had like a little bit like at this question he was a little bit like, but he started sharing this previous incarnation. Well, at the previous lifetime, you basically was the same incarnation here. Now in this incarnation, you have energetical stampage what you have in your previous lifetime, which you were left alone. Basically, you're left to live alone in countryside, and you are left with this heaviness inside of you. You come back, you are living right here with energy blockage that was in your prior to your lifetime. And there was a lot more information, but the most interesting information was that they said also that in this lifetime your family will help you, and your family is a gift, and it will help you to get over this this energy blockage, you would say, this energy heaviness that he's unconsciously living with. Although he said he knows what the being is talking about, but they said that your family is a huge gift to you. Please be thankful of it, or please be familiar with it, that it's a huge gift to you. And but okay, this was just one information at that channeling. When I came back tomorrow to the meditation place, the man called me, which was asking the questions yesterday, these questions what I'm just talking about, and he said that when he went to sleep, he had a flashback memory that he used to have a dog of Beagle. I don't know whether in English it's called Beagle, and he had a huge sadness over the dog, about that he lost it. He lost the dog. The dog ate some kind of poison, and the dog died, and he felt really sorry about it. And I remember at that point when the beings were asking him about the dog, and they were showing the same looking dog, but and he's next to him. So in a sense, also these questions are like giving him the ability, or the person ability, to look at his own energy blockages that he has. And he received this flashback, and he said that was a nice memory, a nice experience, and the same information that was given to him was really really big. And in a way, these questions help, what I understood from the channeling, these questions help the beings to understand that person's energy, that particular person's energy, to get reading this energy, get connected with this energy, to do the energy readings. And also what I noticed is that many times these back questions help the person to a little bit think about himself, a little bit have a look back on himself, to enter his own energy. Like, for example, why are you interested in this question? Why do you have this question? What points out you of asking this question? What kind of energy sensation do you have that is willing to ask this question? And so on and so on. So, talking about next information, that was the next information that the beings were talking about was one person said, ask a question about, can you share a little bit about death, like dying? How do you see it, and what are the ways of dying? And the beings are starting to talk about death number one. And they showed a big finger like this. Death number one is a comical death. And by comical they mean a person who has died after coma, of being in coma. And they shared one story that a person is walking, and all of a sudden something in a huge speed hits his head, an object. And that person, suddenly his nervous system is instantly shut down. And at that point, his soul energy, or his energy body, the energy particles are still left inside his nervous system, or the etheric body, you would say, etheric body. And at this point, the person, when he dies in such a situation, he can look at himself from above and still is connected with that body, because the energy is still in the nerve systems. And this is unpleasant way of dying. And in this situation, the person the soul still goes next to the body, and also in hospital. And he can have a look back at his experience, what he has done and what has been, to understanding spirituality also from this way of being next to the physical body. They said that on one story, what they say is what they shared is one lady who was in a law's attorney or something in a governmental law structure, and she was always work and always doing something like this. And she lived in Germany, and at one point she was constantly driving from one point to other point, and she didn't have like a family life such great, because all of his time was spent on business and or working place. And what happened is at one point she drove off the road. I don't understand whether we were sleeping or what, and she hit the head against the wheel, and she had an instant brain failure. At that point she was still in a coma, but she was outside of her body, and she was looking at herself, and just instantly she realized that I'm dead, or I'm near to it. And she was in a total shock of that. At that moment she realized that she doesn't have anything else, and she was really sad because she spoiled her life of doing this work. She was so sad about herself. She was so sad about that she didn't went to work, didn't have a family life, that the work was her priority, that she didn't enjoy the life, and she was in a complete sadness. And at that point what I felt that she doesn't even want to talk with us at that channeling state, because she is so sad and so in a sad situation that she feels like a huge sadness about herself and about the body there, that she didn't had, or she didn't allowed her to experience the beautiful life that she could have. So death number 2, and that was the number 1 story. Now death number 2, it was an elder, like a grandfather or something. It was a man which has felt that his heart is starting to stop, and he know that okay, it's my time to go, and he just faded away on the ground and turned his head above the ceiling, and he was looking at that point, and suddenly he was fading away, and he accepted that death. He really accepted that it's my time to go now. At that point a bright light to him appeared, and at this point the information is that that man allowed his energy body, his soul, to slowly go outside of the physical body, and he was in a complete allowness and awareness that he is allowing himself to die, the body for the lifetime to end, this incarnation to end. And he then was looking at the ceiling and saw and felt this beautiful light, and while he was going outside of his body, he felt that the beautiful bright light is merging with him, is connecting with him, is merging together as one with him. And he felt huge compassion, huge gratitude, huge love, and he then looked back at his physical body and saw that this physical body, I really loved him. I really loved the experiences, all experiences that the physical body gave me. I really am thankful for these experiences that I have had here. But this is something different. He looks at the physical body as another part of himself, of which he is so thankful about, and thankful about the experiences, thankful about the situations, thankful about that body was carrying him, and at that point, several people started to get close to tears at that point. And that was a beautiful experience. And getting dead number 3, the third story. So this story, it was a really comfortable dying, a really comfortable going away, a really comfortable which everything is completely of balance, in completely peaceful and harmonious, not like the first situation. So now dying number 3. And also in the second dying, the energy body slowly went out, causing it to perfectly detach from the body. So the third version, the third story is they shared that when a physical body has, or the soul living inside the body has a plenty high of spiritual experience, a spiritual understanding, his soul, his body is preparing for the death, is preparing to leave the body. And it's a matter of understanding all of your incarnations. It's a matter of understanding your true self. It's a matter of understanding who you actually are as a soul group, with all of your aspects and incarnations on these lifetimes. At that point, that person, that being who is dying, he's dying in a meditative state. And this meditative state lasts for a period of time, not like 1 or 2 days, maybe a little bit longer, while he's preparing for dying. And when the being said, this is a rare case, and when the being is preparing to die, he enters the transcendental state, which is the pure bright light, or how I see it as your higher self. And in this state, it's like a near-death state when this being is, or this person is. He rememberizes and has this who and what is your energy personality. He feels his soul as a separate. He feels his soul as a extension of the higher self, as a tool that creates a personality that has created so many experiences that he had. At that point, he transcends them. Because of the second story, the man who faded away, he goes back to the spirit world with his own personality that he was. But at this state, in the third state, he transcends the personality, the ego, completely. He transcends the experience he has had completely, and those experiences, that energy, that soul's energy, completely erases and is being taken back to the higher self, and he wipes out of this lifetime completely, of this universal experiences completely, and he enters back to the source, to the beginning of him. And at this state, they say that this is a really rare state, and the differences in this state is that all of his energy, all of his soul experiences transcends and wipes out, and this is the only way how you can return back to the higher self, because if you had these energy experiences which you have had, they cause you to trigger to have another experience because you have not lived out something yet. You have still something unexperienced, but at that point, for the preparation of the time, that soul remembers and triggers all of his wishes that he still wants to experience, and erases them, transcends them, or turns them into light, or turns them back into light. So this is one of the ways of Enrico sharing about death. And another thing is that you keep in mind that many times people ask a question, this information is answered to the person that's asking the question. In other words, it doesn't mean that this is a complete answer to how does death occur, but this is just a one small segment of this huge question that they explain the information to. So thank you for watching, and I'll create another video just shortly about the second day hugely amazing channeling experience which we had there. Okay, thank you for watching, and bye. Hello everybody, I just wanted to show you how you can find my online meditation videos which are on my website. You just go to artofpeace.info and then you go to English, click on the English flag, and then just go down, and here are the meditations. For example, 30-minute peace and no thought meditation, and this is a really powerful meditation. You just open it and you can start watching it online. For this video is for free, and this is what I want to show you. And I have lots of more videos on Enrico School, which I later will be posting more and more videos on meditation, channeling, and chi energy, but that's slowly. So by the time you're looking this, maybe there are more videos, maybe there are less videos, and I'll be posting this summer also channeling lesson videos here, that you can learn channeling, intuition, and feeling energies much better yourself, everything online. So thank you for watching, and see you guys soon in another video.